Greetings, it's Ian from Ranking the Obscure, and I'm joined today by my good friend from Australia, Lloyd. We both really love our music, don't we? But there's something else we're very passionate about, and it's the beautiful game of cricket. Now, I've been a big England supporter all my life. Now, Lloyd's going to explain why he supports England, although he lives in Australia.
Right. Okay. So I immigrated from England, from Bedfordshire, when I was 9 years old. Obviously followed Australia when I was a small kid because all the other kids do at school. And then Greg Chappell forced Trevor Chappell to bowl that underarm in the one-day match against New Zealand to stop them hitting the six to win the match. And Dad was in my ear the whole time, being an ex-minor counties cricket player in England, about cheating Aussies, and it just went on and on and on like a whinging pom, so-called whinging pom. And so sod it, I'll just support England after that. So I stuck with England, but I support Australia in every other sport except cricket now.
Yeah, so that's it. What with this series, we all thought England had got the side. Australia are not at their best at the moment. You know, Pat Cummins was injured. No Josh Hazelwood. No Sean Abbott. You're missing key players. This was our big chance.
Yeah.
And we blew it.
Yeah, basically. I think on paper, England had the informed side over the previous 12 to 15 months going into this. But I think it all did come down to which bowling attack was going to bowl best. Australia did have, even with their sort of second string bowling attack with Boland and Stark as a second string attack, they were still far better than our best, I think. We still had to worry about Wood and Archer and Atkinson actually getting through 5 tests, and none of them did. So, that's 3 out straight away.
And I think the biggest thing, when I saw the itinerary, I knew we weren't going to do well because we had 2 warm-up games. Once against the Lions, which some of the test side played in. They didn't play Shoaib Bashir at all, which was criminal. And then they played a President's 11. Now, when we last won the Ashes out in Australia, which was magnificent, and were playing state sides. They played about 4 or 5 games before the first test. And I think the other thing that ruined this is that you've got people that have just come off a meaningless one-day international series in New Zealand. So they didn't get on the plane together at Heathrow. They come in dribs and drabs. And I think the people that were in that test squad should never have gone to New Zealand.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. They should have spent a month out here, even playing local club cricket for a month to acclimatise themselves. There's probably 50 English cricketers from county cricket playing club cricket every summer in Australia.
Yes.
Just club cricket. Why couldn't, even the ones who were on the periphery, like Bethel, for example, even Tongue, why couldn't they have come out here to see and show what they're capable of doing in club cricket prior to it?
Yeah, I mean, if you go back even further to the 86, 87, England were playing up in the, they'd go and play club games up in the outback, didn't they?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
I mean, there's a picture of David Gower playing, doing a magnificent stroke on a real nice little cricket ground somewhere in the middle of New South Wales, I think.
Yep.
So it didn't look wrong, and even some of our commentators like Jonathan Agnew was a bit delvious. And that was the best thing about the cricket. I don't have TNT, so I was listening on Test Match Special, and even that they were the best bit of it because they were just in gasp with some of our cricket. Anyway. How are we going to do this? We're going to go through the tests, and then we're going to rank, because we both rank stuff when it comes to music. So we're going to rank England cricket team. And then we're going to try and put together our test side of both teams. And I can see this being heavily Australian.
Totally. Sadly.
Sadly. So, For starters, they didn't start at the Gabba, which was supposed to be. They started at the Perth Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah. England go out 172 all out.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks good.
Yeah. Actually, the big mistake there was Stokes winning the toss and electing to bat. Yeah, to me, that was just crazy. You don't win the toss in Australia and bat first. You just don't do it. Even in club level, you don't do it. You always bowl first. And he did that 3 times this series, didn't he? I think from memory.
Yes.
Won the toss.
They like to do that. They think they can shake now. Okay, Australia went out and they didn't bat very well either. You know, 5 wickets for Stokes. I mean, Mitchell took 7 in England. He was just on fire.
Yeah.
And then we thought, okay, we've got a lead here. Let's profit. But no, they decided to play Bazball.
Yeah. And
the rest is history. 164, leaving them 205 to win the match. Ridiculous.
Yeah, and Atkinson top scored in that second innings, 37. So that's just over a third of the score. It's crazy.
It was, yeah, but I mean, Travis Head, a century off 69 balls. Now but the way he done it, he didn't try and hit everything out the ground. He played sensible on the good balls because there was some good bowling from England in that game. Brendan Garth bowled well in the second innings. Gus Atkinson bowled well, even Jofra Archer. But when you put a bad ball down, he dispatched it big time. And that's how you play Test cricket. Not Ben Duckett's way of doing it, is it? It's everything out the ground. Now, I played cricket. You played cricket.
Yeah.
You know, you just don't even at our level, you didn't try and hit everything out the ground.
No, you didn't. You wait for that loose ball to do it. I think the deciding factor in that first test was actually that checkmate move of Steve Smith putting in, or the Aussies putting in Head to open in that second innings. I think that blew everyone away.
Yeah, that 123 was a magnificent innings. I mean, I always watch the highlights, and I thought this guy is it's his turn. I've always thought he was a good batsman anyway. He's a good
batsman. Yeah. But I think people would have expected Weatherall and Marnus to open again in that second innings. Not Head.
No.
But that was
that century was the fastest century in Ashes history.
Was it really?
Yeah, 69 balls to get to his.
And
apparently it's the first test for Ashes test to be concluded in 2 days since 1921.
Yeah. So, it's not much can be said about it, is there, other than, as you said, Stark 7 and Head's 120 odd. That was brilliant.
Yeah. So we move on to the day-night game. Now, I'm not a big lover of day-night and pink ball. I know that they've put a thing forward for when we next come down. We don't want it. And Steve Smith this week came out and said he is not a fan of the pink ball. I don't think none of them are.
No, I don't think they are. I don't see the need for it. I don't see the point for it in one day.
Yeah, we've got day-night cricket. We don't need it in test match. And England's biggest mistake, they didn't do a practice match.
Yeah.
With a pink ball. They had the opportunity to go to the Wacker and play a pink ball game.
Yeah. It's just pure arrogance from, McCullum and Stokes, really, isn't it?
It comes down. I just don't get it. Why do you? We don't play pink ball over here. I think Australia is the only country, isn't it, that does pink ball? Does New Zealand?
No, not as far as I know. I think it's just that one test a year that they do it out here.
And Australia always win because it's in their own backyard. Even India struggled. I mean, they got bowled out ridiculous when they played a pink ball for about 30, wasn't it? It was stupid.
Oh, it was something ridiculous, yeah. Ridiculously low score. But even
Okay.
England could have trained. They could have gone in indoor nets before they even came here with pink balls.
Yes.
And practice, even with a bit more low lighting in the nets, just so they can get accustomed to it. Or even out here, the Wacker, or it's not the Wacker anymore. The stadium, they've got to have indoor training facilities for the West Australian team, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah, surely they could have booked it out for a week, and that means coming that week early to do that, which them players didn't do.
Yeah, I mean, going back to when I played, I used to play indoor cricket, and we noticed if you played at 9 o'clock at night, even with the indoor cricket, it was a yellow ball and it was a bit softer, you got movement.
Yeah,
you got reverse swing in indoor, and I took loads of wickets because I would practice in there before anyone would get there, because I worked in there, and I got the moisture was already there, and I told them to put the heating up, whack it right up so I could get the moisture, and it's just practice. But that's it. Anyway, what do? We bat, which you do at the Gabba, but not on a day-night match.
Yeah.
When you're not used to playing with a pink ball. But of course, the highlight of that, finally, Joe Root breaks his duck in centuries in Australia.
Yeah, it was good to see. It was good to see. I had getting a bit off target, but still on target. I liked the keyboard warriors on the Australian cricket forums on Facebook. Root's an average batsman till he scores 100 in Australia, and then he scores 100, and he's still an average batsman because he got it on a flat track batter's wicket. It's like, come on, is he ever going to be that great batsman to you guys? You can obviously tell none of them have ever played cricket, because he's got the tests under his belt, he's got the centuries, he's got 13,000 runs, whatever it is. It's just brilliant. You can't be an average.
Played sensibly. Mitchell Stark again, 6 for 75.
Yeah.
Then Australia go out and score 511. Mitchell Stark, 77.
Yeah, he's a good bat. He's turning into an all-rounder the older he gets.
Yes.
I find. And he batted better than the top 5 English batsmen, except for Root, all put together. Actually, better. I mean, better skill set, better shots. They could have all looked at the way he batted.
Yeah, and Bryden cast for 152, but he bowled well.
He did. He's really shown himself to be a great bowler.
Yeah,
this series.
He's got a big future. Okay, we went out to bat again, didn't we? And we were doing all right. And I've been watching a lot of the social media, and I think when Michael Vaughan was commentating on Fox, he says, all we got to do is see out the night and bat tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon in better conditions. We're in a strong position here.
Yep.
Yeah. What did we do? Try and hit every ball out the ground.
Yeah.
And got bowled out for 241.
Yeah, I think Stokes really tried in that second innings. He got 50.
Yes.
I think he always gives 100%, but they're not backing him up. It must become frustrating at times, There's a time to slog the ball like Stokes can. There's a time to bat properly, and they just don't know the difference of when and when not to do it. English batsmen.
Yeah, there was another way. Wicket victory for Australia, 2 down.
Yeah,
on the verge of being the quickest way to win the Ashes.
It was.
Interesting stats from this. Mitchell Stark surpassed Wasim Akram to become the highest wicket taker as a left-arm fast bowler.
Yeah, incredible.
And he also overtook Stuart Broad to make the most test runs as a number 9. I mean, Stuart Broad wasn't a bad bat.
No, he was no slouch, was he? You could always rely on him for 20 runs at the end of an innings there.
Yeah, I mean, he scored 169, didn't he, against Pakistan at Lord's?
Yep.
which is not the easiest place to score a century.
No, it's not. It's not against Pakistan. Pakistan, Australia. It's tough gig to score runs against them.
Yeah. What else happened in that test? Travis Head passed his 4,000th test run. Pretty good. Michael Nesser took 5 wickets on his maiden 5-all test wicket in tests. Second-rate bowler, or supposed to be, and bowled magnificently.
It's
especially in that, especially at night in the when it was during the night bit. Brilliant.
Okay,
let's move on to Adelaide, which is a beautiful ground. Still is.
It is magnificent.
Yeah, I mean, on that stand, they've not, so you can still see the cathedral. Someone thought, so you've got the modern bit, and then you've got the bit at the end with the cathedral, which is the highlight. I'd love to go and watch a test match in Adelaide.
Yeah. It's called the City of Churches in Australia because of the amount of churches that are actually in Adelaide and the surrounding suburbs. It's magnificent. It's a magnificent place to visit.
So Australia batted first.
Yep.
And Alex Carey, 106. Should he have got that 106?
Well, probably not.
The snickometer.
Yeah, that's cricket, though, isn't it? The mistakes are made.
Yeah. Jaffer Archer turned in his best figures, 5 for 53. He did bowl well that day. I'll give him that. We go out to bat, and
yeah. Oh, actually, don't forget Stark hit a 50 in that first innings as well, 54. So he followed up his 77 with a 54, and Usman Khawaja hit 80 odd. So
that was some good scores. We hit 286. Ben Stokes again leading from the front with 83. I think he batted so well while everyone around him just... Oh, that was some silly shots. Harry Brook, what a disappointment.
That's the story of his series. Bats well, then just plays an absolute ridiculous shot and gets himself out. Nearly every innings you could do that with Harry Brook, I think.
And James Smith as well. Plays well. And then gets out the long hops.
Yeah. It's disappointing, isn't it? And Archer got 50 odd as well in that first innings.
Yes, he had a great
test.
With Ben, didn't he? Our best partnership.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very good that kept the game alive, actually.
Yeah.
That one partnership.
And Scotty Boland turned a really good spell, 15 overs, 3 for 45. Excellent bowling.
Yeah, brilliant bowling. He's actually my favourite Australian bowler over the last decade. He's just so underrated. He's always under the radar. He's never the first pick in the team. In that Australian
team, isn't he? He's very consistent.
Always. He's one of those underrated players like Stuart McGill. I always rated him as a better spin bowler than Shane Warne. He didn't turn it as much, but it was always pitched on that dime every single time and turned. But he never seemed to get a game unless Shane Warne was out.
Yeah, if it goes back many years to Mick Hendrick.
Yeah.
He was a magnificent bowler. I mean, even Ian Botham admitted that he got him so many wickets because he said you could put a hanky down on a spot and in an over, Mick would hit that 5 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Stuart McGill's like that. And Scotty Boland his line and length is just...
It's textbook. It's...
Do the simple things right.
Yeah. Just keep it simple. And McGrath was another one who did it for Australia like that. Always hit that same spot, ball after ball after ball.
And then the Australian second innings, if it wasn't for a certain Travis Head, they could have been in a spot above her. 107.
Yeah, 170. Yeah, he got over half their runs himself, single-handedly. Pretty much, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, 170 out of 349. That's pretty
Yep.
good going.
Half.
And then
Yeah.
Josh Tongue's 4 for 70. He bowled well.
Oh, great cricketer. Great cricketer. After that test, Ian Chappell was being interviewed, who I rate is probably the greatest Australian captain in my lifetime. Not their greatest batsman, but certainly captain. And he couldn't understand why Tongue did not play the first test. He couldn't.
Yeah, I think we'll get onto that when we a bit later.
Yeah, yeah, that's later on. But
yeah,
just reminded me of that at that time when you mentioned him.
So we went out to bat again, and Zach Crawley played his best innings and probably saved his test place.
Yeah, it's probably saved his career for another English summer, I think.
Yeah. Pat Cummins come back from injury for 348. We fell short by 82 runs. I mean, we give it a good go, but too little, too late.
Yeah, too little, too late. Australia thoroughly deserved to win that. There was no ifs and buts like the first test could have gone either way.
So the Ashes were retained in 11 days.
11 days. That's shocking, isn't it? Shocking.
Quickest series victory since the ill-fated 2002-3.
Yeah,
that's a record that Ben Stokes does not want.
No, sadly, it's his legacy now, isn't it, against Australia?
So, shall we move on to our our only highlight? And I don't think it was because of our wonderful cricket. I think it was called the worst Test wicket ever. Well, no, I think there's one with the West one out in Jamaica where it got abandoned, probably the worst. But this, for a full match, this has got to be the worst, isn't it?
Yeah, yes and no. I agree to a degree with that comment. All the media were making that, but there was some shocking shot selection on both sides in that, and especially in the first innings of each side in that fourth test, the Boxing Day test, hanging their bats, not moving their feet, and that happened on both sides. It was really bad shot selection. I don't think the ball was staying low or coming up unexpectedly high at the same time. But it certainly wasn't a Boxing Day pitch, that's for sure.
No, it's something when your top scorer was Michael Nessa with 35.
Yeah, it is.
But I thought them conditions, to be quite honest, really suited Josh Tongue. He had the ball zipping all over the place.
Yep, he certainly did. Great find. Great find.
Yeah, I mean, he got player for the match, I think, basically on that 5 for 45. Yeah. It was fantastic. We went out and we didn't do much better, did we? 110.
No, Brooke got almost half them single-handedly with 41. So
yeah, that was his best score. Apparently, he scored about 300 runs, but with all these stupid mistakes, it's amazing that he did score that many. Again,
yeah, 358 runs at an average of 39 for the series. I mean, it doesn't really sound like much, but when you're the third highest run scorer out of both teams, it is pretty bad. But
yeah, Michael Nessa 4 for 45 in 10 overs.
Oh wow, I didn't write that one down here.
Yeah, so he scores highest scorer in the first innings in Australia, and then puts in a 4 for 45.
Yeah, good. 35 and 4 wickets. Brilliant.
Australia didn't fare better in their second innings. Travis Head 46 again, saving their a bit of embarrassment. Bryden Cass, another fine performance, 4 for 34.
Yep. Yeah.
And of course, we had Jacob Bethel come in for this one. And he was playing sensible cricket.
He was. That was a good innings of 40. It was well controlled in that second innings. Every shot was where it should have gone. He wasn't trying to play Baz ball or any of that rubbish that the rest of the top order have been playing for 3 previous matches.
I mean, he hit them 40 runs off 46 balls, which is about right for Test cricket.
Yeah, it is. But there was not a rash shot in that innings. That's the good thing.
And the other thing he did, he left. He came out to when he came out to bat. He was watching where the ball was going, watching the lengths, and then he and then he played his shots, but he played it all along the floor.
Yeah, he did. Just like classic Root when Root started, pretty much.
Hit it along the floor. And if you get a bad ball, as I say, a bread and butter ball, help yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how you play Test cricket. And for once we won a game, and it was our first time we won a game in Australia since the 2010-11 series.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sydney on that to wrap up the series. Doesn't happen very often. That was Josh Tongue's first 5-wicket haul in Australia as well.
Yes, yes. Great find. It's 2 names in a row you've mentioned there, Bethel and Tongue. They're the future of English cricket, I think.
They are. Ben Duckett scored his 3,000th run.
Yep.
So then we move on to Sydney, the first one of the year. What do? Bat first.
Bat first. Oh dear. But it worked. It worked in the first innings on that occasion because Root hit 160. So that was a great innings. I think Brooke would have got a century as well. He ended up with 84, but Bad Light stopped play, didn't it?
Yeah.
And they were both cruising 75 and 78 respectively, I think, when the Bad Light and the little showers hit. If they'd have played that extra hour, I think they would have both got hundreds that night. But that's cricket, that's sport. Wasn't
Michael Nessa again, 4 for 60.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great bowler.
Very good bowler. He's someone to look out for in the future. I think he'll if he comes over in 27 here, I think he will be a menace.
I think he will.
Do you know who he reminds me of? Terry Alderman.
Yeah, actually, you're probably right. That's going back 45 years, isn't it?
Yeah, Terry Alderman. I mean, I remember Terry Alderman's obviously the 81 series, his first visit to England. He was the pick of the Aussie bowlers then.
He was. Didn't he get 40 or 45 wickets for the series or something?
Yes, he was. He bowled better than Dennis Lee. I mean, Dennis Lee was at the end of his career, but I reckon Michael Nesta's style of bowling will suit English conditions. I think he's got movement. I think he'll be able to swing the ball.
Yep.
He will learn how to swing a ball when he comes to England.
He will, and if he's got any sense, he'll get a county contract over the next couple of years.
Yeah, come over, even if he plays in the Blast or something. Come and play in the English conditions.
Yeah, he'll learn a lot.
Well, he can come and play in that Tin Pot 100, but that's not going to do him any good. Anyway, Australia go out and another century from Travis Head, 163 and 66. Quick, but controlled.
It was, very controlled. He did have a couple of little rash shots where he could have got out, I guess, but it was basically a controlled innings, basically controlled. They all have rash shots in innings anyway.
Yeah, Josh Tongue again, another 3 wickets, 3 for 97.
Yeah, Smith got 100 in that match as well in that innings.
He did, yeah.
That was only his second decent score of the series as well. So he'd struggled.
I think he did well, with Pat out, taking over the captaincy. I think all of what happened back in the day, I think people have forgotten about that now.
Still a lot of people on social media in Australia seems to be divided still. What people think of him and David Warner over sandpaper.
Steve Smith's a magnificent cricketer.
He is. He's brilliant. And if he can't score runs on his home turf in a series, that tells you something about the pitches in general, doesn't it? And the conditions.
And then our second innings and the birth of probably a great Test player, Jacob Bethel's first class century, let alone Test match. It was magnificent. I would say and I'm not saying that because he was English. I think it was the best century of the whole series because of the conditions, how the game was going. This is a young man batting like Geoffrey Boycott.
He was. Geoffrey Boycott is exactly the only way to describe that. I think he was the youngest English number 3 batsman to score a century in Australia since 1951 or something like that. I seem to have read that somewhere.
So yeah, I think it was a magnificent innings. He held that out innings. This is where Jamie Smith lost the plot as well.
Yep.
Bo Webster. How many bowlers can bowl fast? And then Steve Smith says, "Do us a favour, mate.
Just turn your arm up for a bit of leggy or an offie, yeah.
And still takes wickets. What's going on?"
I know, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Plus, he can bat. He hit 71, not out in the first innings. So
I don't know who said it, but they said the last person they heard that changed their bowling technique in a Test match was Gary Sobers.
Oh, was it really? God.
But then Gary Sobers could bowl I mean, he was a magnificent player. Yeah. So that left 161 runs for Australia to wind up the series, and they did. Marinus Lashlane had his best batting. He's gone off the boil a little bit, that chap, hasn't he?
He has. I think they've found him out. He's very susceptible just outside the off stump, especially early on in his innings. He tends to hang his bat, and he's just getting too mouthy. He's more worried, I think, about sledging the opposition bowlers when he's batting, sledging the batsman when he's fielding, and he's just letting that overtake himself, I think, the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, and it went to 5 days.
It did go to 5 days, which was brilliant, wasn't it? They should have all got a Man of the Match award for surviving 5 days.
Yeah, overall, a pretty poor England performance. I mean, I don't think Australia were dominant. They just took advantage of England's bad decisions.
They didn't drop anywhere near the amount of catches that England dropped. I think Smith, keeper, he dropped about 10 for the series, didn't he?
Yeah, and Will Jacks. That golly,
yeah, they just weren't focused on fielding half the time. England, they were really, really bad fielding.
Yeah, I mean, even at my age, I'd have caught that with my dodgy eyesight.
I'd like to think I could as well, but like they always say, catches win matches, and you can never afford to let an Australian batsman off the hook because they take advantage of it. You know, all through our lifetime, people like Steve Waugh dropped early on in their innings. They go on to make hundreds. Alan Border. You know, you cannot let an Aussie off the hook. They capitalise on it.
Yeah, so shall we go through our wonderful players and give them a ranking? We'll put up the little picture between me and Lloyd, and we'll put the ranking. So then we're going to do some ranking now. So let's have a look. So we'll start with Captain Ben Stokes.
Captain Ben Stokes, I gave him a 5 out of 10 for the series. 250s. He got 20 odd wickets as well, roughly, for the series. 250s. Always give 100%. Always gave the sledging back to the Aussies when they started. Wasn't scared of them. But overall, he was a bit of a letdown. But then he had the team not backing him neither, so that doesn't help him, does it?
Yeah, I actually gave him a 5 as well. As
Yeah.
Even in a losing situation, I admire him. He wears them lines on his chest with pride, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of where he mucks up is, I think it's purely frustration. It's not the lack of his skill, and
No.
I still think he should be England captain.
Oh, yeah, we might agree to disagree on that a bit later on. But yeah, yes, I don't know.
But yeah, he gave it all. So yeah,
he did. He gave 100%. It's a bit hard when you're a change bowler having to be the strike bowler.
Yeah,
half the time, you know. And then first 3 tests, you were either Wood, Archer, or Atkinson out, and he had to stand up and basically do what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, you know, he's even with his captaincy and Joe Root, they had Broad and Anderson.
Yeah.
For many, many years, you know.
Yeah. They also had Cook for a lot of years as well, didn't they? So that was 2 reliable batsmen, Root and Cook.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So
let's move on to our vice captain, Harry Brook.
Harry Brook, I gave him a 5 out of 10 also. Scored a couple of 50s, showed a lot of promise. He didn't show the promise that he'd shown prior to coming to Australia. He played a lot of rash shots. I think he played a lot of shots when he shouldn't have. Steve Smith puts 4 guys out on the boundary, backward square, deep mid wicket, deep mid on. They bowl short. Instead of playing it on the ground and running a 1 or a 2, he wanted to slog it over the boundary, and he kept getting caught. You know, it was just stupid shots in the wrong situation of the game, to me.
Yeah.
I like his aggressiveness, though. He didn't back down to Mitchell Starc, whereas a lot of batsmen do cower and back away from him. You know, he took it up to him.
I'm going to give him a 4. Sometimes he didn't seem to be, his mind wasn't in the right place.
Yeah.
And he dropped, I mean, he's one of the safest pair of hands in the team, and he dropped some howlers. And I think that was just lack of concentration.
Thinking about partying and beers, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I used to be a close fielder slip. I fielded at slip. And you've got to concentrate all the way. You've got to watch the ball. And when you come in towards you, you focus on nothing but that ball.
Yeah.
He lost total focus. And some of it, as you said, Steve Smith puts everyone on the boundary and he hit it skywards. It's, you can do controlled, even the bad balls, the bouncers. He didn't get his feet in the right place. No, because you can hook a ball without skying it.
Yeah, it's called rolling your wrist.
My school cricket coach used to say, hooking a ball, it's not about elevation. It's about speed and control and getting your bat over it so it doesn't sky. You've got to make sure that it goes at a height and speed that you can't see it. And he didn't every time. The 3-card trick.
Yep.
And he fell for it.
He got found out in Australia for his frailties, I think.
Yeah. Let's move on to one of the bowlers now, Jofra Archer.
Jofra Archer, I'm actually only giving him a 4 out of 10. He's a hit or miss bowler during this series. He bowled some brilliant spells. He bowled some fast spells, which really made the Aussie batsman jump around a bit and think twice about playing shots. But then he would slow down back to 135 kilometers an hour and bowl short of them. That's net bowling. That's practice bowling here in Australia, that sort of thing. To me, he just seemed to be worried about the bling that was hanging around his neck and looking pretty for the cameras, And I totally agree with what Stephen Smith said about him in that last game he played, He's always what is it? You only bowl fast when there's nothing going on, champ. I totally agree with that.
I'm going to give him a 3.
Right.
He's just, he can only bowl in short spells.
Yeah, 4 overs, 5 overs maximum.
And I blame that on playing too much franchise cricket. And 20. Yeah. He's a great one-day bowler, but as a test bowler, he's got to make his decision. Do I want to play test cricket or one-day cricket? He should be playing test cricket. He's got the height. Go out to, he should be bowling well in Australia, the West Indies, South Africa, because they're fast, bouncy pitches. But he can't put in a 10-over spell or an 8-over spell.
Yeah, which is what we saw Mitchell Starc do time and time again, bowling 143 to 148 kilometres an hour, ball after ball, from ball 1 of this first spell right through the day.
That's it. You go through some of our great fast bowlers in the past. Broad could bowl till the end. I mean, in his last test, he wanted to take that wicket, didn't he? And he refused to come off. Anderson could bowl. Bob Willis. They used to charge in, and they played more cricket than Jofra Archer. So I can't give him more than 3, I'm afraid.
Right, that's fair enough. Yep.
Yeah, so let's move on to Gus Atkinson.
Gus Atkinson, right. I actually gave him a 4 out of 10 also. He did trouble the batsman at times, but it wasn't regular enough or consistent enough. The batsman always seemed to get let off the hook very quickly. He'd bowl a good over and they'd go right next over. He's not going to do that again. But he is a very good bowler. He's just not consistent enough. Shush, Poppy. And I don't think his results when he did play showed how good of a bowler he actually is or can be.
Yeah, I gave him a 5. I think he's a fantastic bowler. He just doesn't play enough cricket.
Yeah.
And he hadn't played enough cricket in Australia.
Yeah. And it's hard out here. The pitches are hard. They're like running in on concrete. You've got to be physically fit through your legs and your back to play a summer out here. You really do. Me and my dad were actually saying before the series started, Atkinson, Archer and Wood won't make it through 3 tests between them. And they pretty much didn't, did they?
No.
They only played.
He's got so much potential, that bowler, but he just needs more red ball cricket.
Yeah. Yeah. Whether that means in the off seasons coming to Australia or playing in South Africa, I don't know, but he's got to do something.
Yeah.
He's really got to do something.
Okay. Jacob Bethel.
Jacob Bethel. He is my highest ranked English player for the series, even though he only played 2 tests. I gave him a 9 out of 10. He scored 1 on debut. Yeah, there's nerves and everything. He's brilliant 40 in the second innings and that 154. As you said, he batted with class like Boycott. He had a young root style about him. He wasn't fazed by any of the Aussie quicks. He just got his head down and played proper cricket, proper test cricket. Didn't worry about Bazball and all that crap that the rest of them were doing. So 9 out of 10. He has a huge career ahead of him.
Great minds think alike, Lloyd. 9 for me as well, because he was watching him bat. Alistair Cook, Geoffrey Boycott, Chris Tavare. There's people to go, who are they? These were people that once they got in, you never get them out.
Yeah, you have
to rank that 100 of Jacobs to Alistair Cook's 200 odd in 2010.
Right, I really can't remember that one.
I think we 500 and something for one in that. Well, we drew that first test at the Gabba. A lot of pressure on England, and just kept it simple. And Bethel did. He is our number 3, test number 3.
Yes, he's the future of English batting for sure. They're in safe hands when Root goes for sure in that 3-4 position.
Yeah, I think
it's the rest of the positions they got to worry about now.
Okay, let's move on to Bryden Cass.
Cass, I wrote down 7 out of 10 originally, and I changed it to a 6, so I'll go 6.5. He was the second highest wicket taker of the series after Stark, but he tended to bowl too short at times. But when he pitched it up, he did trouble the Australian batsman. He's just got to learn to keep it pitched up.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 5. Australian batsman that found him out. Travis Head did. Yes. Steve Smith.
Yeah.
Mitchell Stark, even in, everything he bowled short, the eyes must have lit up on Mitchell Stark. I mean, he's a number 9, and he punished him. Anything short or just short of a length or just outside off, it got punished.
Yeah. The ball just sort of bounced and sat there.
And Travis Head keep hitting him off his legs. What was he trying to do?
Yeah.
Travis Head has always been good off his legs.
Always. That's his signature move.
Try and bowl a ball there. I wouldn't bowl a ball on his leg stump. If I was trying to get Travis Head, I'd have it just outside off stump with a bit of outswing or a bit of in swing, just a little bit of movement. That's his vulnerabilities. I mean, I'm watching it on TV, and I know the vulnerabilities because I used to bowl. So but yeah, that was his big down. He's got a future in the England side, but he's just got to get his techniques right and keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple. He's just got to learn. But you say that, but he's been playing junior cricket. He's been playing county cricket. You learn that whole process.
Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to, aren't you?
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Zach Crawley.
Oh dear. I gave him a 3 out of 10, sadly. 250s. He opened up the series with a pair in Perth, and he didn't really recover from that. I think he's been very fortunate to stay in the English side as long as he has. Him and Ollie Pope, who'll come up soon, obviously, but I just can't understand why they've stayed so long in the English side, the pair of them. Their technique is very flawed. He always seems to get starts, but never goes on with it. And as an opening batsman, you've got to get to 50, and then you've got to get to 80 and 100. He's just happy with 30s and 40s. And he seems to go, you know what, I've done my bit. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that 85 has probably saved him again.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who reminds me of an Australian player, Shane Watson. He was the same. He'd get the 50, play magnificently, and then it all went pot after he got the 50. And how many times did Shane Watson get out to LBW?
And then go for the third umpire when he's plumb in front below the knee. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's
the same. He has got no foot technique at times.
Yeah.
It's all about your feet. I don't care what anyone says. It's feet. That's more important than hitting the ball. You've got to get your feet in the right position, and then it flows naturally. He hadn't got any of that in this series. He was lucky to get 85, I think.
He was, but he was the third highest run scorer of the series as well.
I know, it just makes you.
He only scored 13 runs less than bloody Smith. You know, for God's sake, he's not in the same league as Smith.
No.
He averaged 27. But yeah, it's. I just don't know how he's lasted so long in that England team. He scores one decent score, and that keeps him for the next series, I think.
So let's move on to Ben Duckett. Now, Ben Duckett is a Northants reject. He started his career at Northamptonshire, and we got rid of him.
All right. Okay, so Duckett, I gave him a 2 out of 10. Highest score of 42, average of 20. Total wrong shot selection from the time he come into bat. He wanted to hit every ball over the boundary from the first ball like you would in a T20 match. He wasn't prepared to build an innings. And he actually made Crawley look like a class batsman. He didn't come with the reputation that preceded him with the runs he'd got prior to this series. So he was a real letdown.
Yeah.
We were so looking forward to Brook and Duckett out here after, the 3,000 runs almost they'd scored in the previous couple of years there, scoring 1,000 runs a year, that sort of thing. And they just didn't live up to the hype. Didn't live up to it.
Yeah, I gave him a 2 as well. Bad shot selection.
Yeah.
He's got to learn to leave the ball alone, especially in them first 5 overs. He didn't read the balls at all. He just wants to hit everything to the boundary, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Again, he plays to. He was in one-day mode, which is a different ball game. This is Test cricket. You've got all day to score 100, not 50 overs.
Yeah. Yeah. You got 90 overs to bat. All you need is 1 run and over, which is what my dad used to tell me. We used to play 75 over matches when we played cricket. He said, because I was an opening batsman, all you have to do, son, is play around, get 1 run and over, and occasionally you get a 2, and you'll get a century at the end of the day if you look to stay there.
Yeah, he's got to learn to get his eye in.
Yeah.
He said, if you do like that by tea in between the tea and lunch session, you should be seeing the cricket ball like a beach ball.
You should be. It's
Okay.
that first hour you have to survive on Australian conditions.
Yes.
You have to survive that first hour in Australia.
I mean, Jeffrey Boycott used to moan about him. At lunch he'd be 12 not out, but
yeah,
he'd
be 90 not out or 100 at the end of the day. He'd get there.
He'd get there. Okay, let's move on to Will Jacks.
Oh, Jacks. 2 out of 10 again. He didn't trouble the batsman as a spinner. I just don't think his style of spinning is suitable for Australian standards. He couldn't turn it enough most of the time to worry an Australian batsman. We have a lot of great spinners out here playing club cricket and state cricket who can turn the ball nearly as much as Shane Warne. So someone like Jacks is not going to worry Australian batsmen in any way, shape or form.
Yeah. I gave him a 2 out of 10. I think I could turn a ball better than him, and I've got arthritis in my right hand.
Have the surgery like I did.
Yeah, and his fielding was atrocious.
Oh, it was 5th grade club level. You'd have him fielding at fine leg for fielding the way he did.
Or third man. Put him down at third man out the way.
Yeah,
nobody's down the third man. No, it was atrocious. The thing is, in one-day cricket, he takes some fantastic catches in his career, but he's just not a test player. Why didn't they play Shoaib Bashir instead of Will Jacks? I will never know.
Yeah, I mean, they bought him out here and he was hyped up in the media.
And now they're sending him to Zimbabwe for practice.
Yeah. I don't understand it. He was hyped up as being the spinner of the series for England, and we never saw him.
He can turn the ball. I mean, was it last year? It was at the West Indies when he bowled out the West Indies. The turn he got, I mean, okay, they're English wickets, but he was getting turn. He would have been perfect, especially at Sydney.
Yeah.
They should have dropped Jacks, put in Shoaib, let him have a bowl at Sydney.
Yeah. Yeah, probably
that's
should
my
have.
biggest disappointment. He didn't get one game, not even in the Lions game or the Presidents. Got no games. Why was he going? I mean, good luck to him. He's had a few months out in the sun. You know.
Yeah, he's been surfing and drinking and
Yes. Well, he wouldn't
doing all
drink, would he? Okay. Ollie Pope.
Ollie Pope. I have never liked Ollie Pope as a Test cricketer. I give him a 2 out of 10. He just never seems to look comfortable to me. He's another one like Crawley, who seems to get the odd start every now and then, and just doesn't go on with it. And you get one decent score a series generally in England, and that'll hold his place for another 12 months. He's just one of them players that just can't get out of the England team for some reason.
Yeah, I give him a 2. I'm not a big fan of Ollie Pope, never has. And when he took over as captain, I thought, oh dear, if they're trying to gear him up for the next England captain, forget it. I just don't rate him as a player. I really don't.
No, I really don't. I'm glad that could be the end of him now.
I hope so. I mean, I think he's just a good, solid county player.
Yeah. What did he? I'm just trying to find this now. He played the first 3 matches, didn't he? Yeah, the first 3 matches, and that's it. So, yeah, he's Graham Hick was a good county cricketer, but he wasn't a Test cricketer neither.
No.
But he got the odd 100. He got 5 or 6 hundreds in the end, didn't he? Test cricket. But he was no international cricketer overall.
Okay, Matthew Potts.
Matthew Potts. I can only give him 1 out of 10. He played 1 test. He got none for 140 in that 5th test in the first innings, and Ben Stokes didn't even throw in the ball in the 2nd innings. So that tells you something.
Yeah, I've only given him 1. I mean, naught for plenty. But that's not Matthew Potts' fault.
No, it's not.
He's a fine bowler. I mean, when he came on the scene, he bowled well. I think he's not being managed properly in the England squad. He really isn't.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Jamie Smith.
Jamie Smith, another 2 out of 10 player. There's a whole club there, isn't there, in this series of 2 out of 10s? He scored 150, took 14 catches, got a stump in. He dropped several stock standard catches that should have been taken and could have altered the way the series went at times. He was dropping players like Head when he was on basically nothing. I think he dropped Carey very early on when Carey got his 100 as well. All these things could have altered the series. I don't rate him as a great wicketkeeper at all.
No, I mean,
he's a good county keeper. He's a good county keeper, obviously, but he's not to that international standard.
You see, they because of this Bazball, they dropped the best wicketkeeper in the country. I know that's Ben Foden. Fantastic,
right?
Fantastic keeper. Not the best. He's a good batsman, but he's a far better wicketkeeper. Or even Johnny Bairstow.
Yeah, the crowds would have loved him out here.
Yeah, but he dropped regulation wicket. You think of someone. I bet there was lots of wicket keepers. Like Notty and Jack Russell must have been in despair watching some of his. I mean, when they're behind, he was going for the spectacular dives. How many balls got in his glove and they just bounced out because he was going for one-handed spectaculars? Get your both hands on it, roll around. It still looks spectacular, but no, 3. He gets a 3 because he did take 1 good catch. Okay, we're near at the end now. Josh Tongue.
Josh Tongue, here's my 2nd highest rated English player for the series. He gets an 8 out of 10. Bethel got 9. He's the pick of the bowlers for the England team for me. 18 wickets in 3 matches. I mean, that was incredible for any of the for either side. 18 wickets in 3 matches. He moved the ball around in the air and off the seam. He had every Aussie batsman guessing and second guessing what he was going to do with his next ball. He was a consistent bowler throughout the series. As I mentioned a bit earlier at the beginning, even Ian Chappell queried why he didn't start the series. At the end of the series, when Stephen Smith was interviewed, he couldn't understand why Tongue didn't start the series. He was the pick of the English bowlers to Stephen Smith even. So, you know, that's a world-class batsman telling them that. And one of the greatest
he even made a tail-ender contribution with the bat, didn't he?
He did. He certainly did. Yeah, I haven't got it there. It's down on the ground.
Well, I can't see how many runs he made.
Oh, no, he got a 7 not out, a 1 not out, and he got a pair in Sydney. But I think he
did hang around.
He hung around for 20, 30 balls on a couple of occasions, I think.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
His role.
That's his role. Hang about. I'm going to give him an 8. Again, I thought he was the pick of our bowlers. He was very consistent. His line and length. He was suited to the Australian conditions.
Yeah, I think he was.
His bowling was. I mean, I've always got a lot of time for Josh Tongue. I think he's one of our best future bowlers. He will go on and take hundreds of wickets as long as he gets picked.
And as long as he stays fit.
I think he would have lasted the 5 tests.
I think he would have.
And he would have been consistent. If he'd have played all the tests, he could have been competing with Mitchell Starc for the most wickets in the Test series.
Yeah, I mean, totally.
Well, Mitchell took 31 and he played every game. He played 2 and took 18. That just says the quality of that. He's bowling. Yeah, second best player of the tour, I reckon.
And he averaged 20 with the ball as well, which is absolutely phenomenal. Behind Starc and Nessa, he had the 3rd best average. So
yeah.
That's
and it brings
20.
us to Mark Wood.
Oh, Mark Wood. I get another. He joins the 2 club again, sadly. Just another injury-prone bowler. He just cannot maintain his fitness for a full tour. He shouldn't have come. Full stop.
Yeah, I mean, when he did bowl, he did trouble the bowler, the batters, the batsman. He really did. I mean, I think he's a magnificent bowler, and he's a good little bat as well. So I'm going to give him 2 because of his enthusiasm.
Right. He did only play in Perth, so you can't really judge too much.
I mean, he was one of the bowlers that really played well on that wicket because his speed and that was what I think the best thing Mark Wood could do is retire from Test cricket and just play the one-day stuff.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to see Mark Wood not play international cricket. But I think his Test career is over. And I don't mean that because I think he's bad. I think it's time to say, he's been a magnificent servant. And if he'd ever stayed fit, I think he'd have had a great series. But as usual, as when you text me, he's at, obviously because I was asleep and I wake up in the morning and the first thing, Wood's out.
I think that was the first message I sent you, wasn't it?
Yeah, Wood's out. Oh, God. So there we go. So we've got one more little task to do because this is a lot of fun. We're going to put together an Ashes 11 with every player available from both sides. So, and we're going to you'll see them come above. Although we can't see them now, I can let all these pictures in at the bottom. So who would you have opening in your test?
Well, opening has got to be Travis Head. You got no if, buts and maybes about that. He scored 3 centuries. He took the English lineup apart, whoever was bowling. And do you want the other opener now as well?
Yeah.
I would like to say Weatherald. I think he's an up-and-coming cricketer, but seeing as Crawley got a better average than him, I've got to put Crawley in as the opening bat with Head.
I can agree with you on that one, because that's how I went. The way I'm thinking, I think with Travis Head taking on the bowlers, it would have allowed Crawley to just support him.
Yeah, just push it around and let Head take the strike, which is a lot what Weatherall did as well. Once he settled in after a couple of matches, he started to do that as well.
Okay, yeah, number 3.
Number 3, he only played 2 matches, but I've got to have Bethel in there.
That's easy, isn't it? I think we've said everything we can about Bethel. He is the future number 3 for England. He's okay. Yeah, you're number 4.
You got to have Joe Root. He made 2 centuries. He was the second highest run scorer of the series, and you got to have him at number 4.
Yeah, this was last.
The reason I've got him at 4 and not Smith is because he did more than Smith during the series.
Yeah, Joe Root is Mr. Reliable.
Yeah.
He either comes in when we're doing all right or we're in trouble, and he is Mr. Reliable. So yeah, number 4.
Yeah,
Joe Root. Okay, number 5.
I have to drop Stephen Smith in at number 5 and as captain of the team. I'm afraid you cannot leave Smith out. You can't leave him out. He was scored almost 300 runs. He got a decent century. He got a couple of not outs. He got a not out 70, didn't he? Or not out 23 when Australia collapsed in one of their innings and remained not out. You can't knock him. He's up there with Root for sure.
Yeah, this is quite easy. And I was thinking alike. Yeah, Steve Smith. I remember at the end of the toss at the Gabba when he was interviewed, he didn't care. He knew that Stokes had made a cock up.
Yeah,
and he didn't come across as cocky. He just well, whatever. No, he got his tactics right.
He did. I don't think he's a great captain. I think he makes a lot of defensive, tactical decisions, not winning decisions a lot of times, but it's to save a match as opposed to winning a match. A bit like Alan Border. He's very tactical.
So we got down to number 5. What should we have in at number 5?
Oh, that was number 5.
That was number 6. So
number 6. I've actually put Harry Brook in at 6.
Oh, you see, although he didn't have the best of series, I think Cameron Green is a little bit more. He knows when to leave a ball alone.
Yeah, he does. The reason I put Brook there was because he either has to go up the order to open to learn to bat properly, or he's got to come back down the order. Because where he is, he's just, he just thinks can do what he wants in that position, thinking Root's there to save him.
Yeah. So who should we have, Cameron or Harry?
Let's go for Cameron Green, because he's a great fielder. I know he drops a few simple catches at times, but yeah, let's go Green.
Okay, shall we have an all-rounder, or do you want to do the wicket keeper?
Well, I've actually got my wicket keeper next at 7, and that's Carey.
Without a doubt.
I mean, I could wicket keep in the England team at the moment, I think. So,
I mean, yeah. Jamie Smith being out a part-time bowler that would probably wouldn't even get a bowl in a club game. One of the worst balls in Test cricket, and all he does is stand on his feet and whack it.
Yeah.
That ball should have been put away properly. It wasn't. So yeah, Alex Carey.
Yeah. And he's handy for
Okay.
the odd 50 ton as well, Carey.
Yeah. So is there any room for Ben Stokes?
No, not in my team.
No, I reason being he made some tactics wrong.
Yeah.
And
even though he tried 100%, he gave 100%. He just didn't have the people behind him to make him look better.
Oh, okay. So we're what? We're number 8 now?
Number 8, I've got Webster, simply because he can bowl spin, pace, and he's a handy bat as well. He'd be my all-rounder.
Yeah, you can turn to him if you've got a turning wicket. Yeah,
yeah,
bit of leg spin, mate.
Yeah, he could come in with a bit of medium pace early on, then turn it up with a bit of spin later. You know, share a few overs with Root, for example, for a bit of spin. Yeah. And then that gives the fast bowlers a bit of a break for an hour.
So who's your first fast bowler?
Number 9, Mitchell Starc. Don't need to say anything about Mitchell Starc, world-class bowler.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of Mitchell Starc.
Yeah, so have I. Great bowler, great personality, great attitude on and off the field.
Yeah, he's he's married to one of the best Australian female cricketers as well. So.
Yeah,
I mean, they're a lovely cricket couple.
Yeah, I think they are. They're very photogenic together.
Yeah, I've always been, from the first time I saw Mitchell Starc, I've always been a big fan of him. It's like when I was a child, it was Tomo and Lily. I think Mitchell Starc's up there with that, and I was a big fan of Terry Alderman as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Mitchell Johnson as well, and when he retired, sort of Starc took over for me as being my favourite.
Okay, are we going to doing a spinner?
No, I've got 2 part-time spinners, obviously Webster and Root in my team. I don't know if you want to put one in there.
No, I didn't go. So we've got two more bowlers.
I'm going for Tongue. At number 10, he is the future of English fast bowling.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's going to be one of them bowlers that will bowl to the conditions, not. Yeah. And I don't think he'll do what the coach says. He's the bowler. He'll go out there and he'll bowl to the conditions, just like Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad did.
Yeah,
I think he'll be that sort of bowler. He will say, "I'm bowling. I know what I'm doing," and he'll tell the captain where he wants his fielders.
Yes, I was just going to add that bit about the field. He won't just put up with Stokes saying, "Oh, this, and this." He'll go, "No, I want."
Yeah,
I think he'll get it because he's
captain should realise that their bowlers know what they want. I knew what I wanted, and I think Josh Tongue would as well. So that leaves one more place.
I've got to have Boland. Got to have Boland in there. He's just a class bowler. Bowls on a dime, ball after ball, turns it, moves it in the air off the seam, and he's just a journeyman. Boland. He'll bowl all day long like a train on a track.
Yeah, I think he's a good first replacement bowler.
Yeah,
the shine's gone off the ball, and because there's not many bowlers, I think, from Australia that have got movement. They're all about speed and bounce. Scotty Boland, he's one of them cricketers that he reads the conditions. I mean, when he's fielding in them first 4 or 5 over, when he's not bowling, he's the sort of guy, he's reading the pitch, he's looking. So when he gets thrown the ball, he knows, he'll look at the ball and he'll know exactly what he's going to bowl.
Yeah, and he's good at setting up batsmen as well. He'll bowl 1-2 meters short of a good length, and then his next bowl will be 1.5, and then it'll be 1 meter short, and then 0.5 meter short, and then all of a sudden it'll be a full length ball that moves away from the batsman. They're drawn into false shots.
Yeah, he did that to Jamie Smith a few times, did he? And Ollie Pope.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't say much doing it to them two in this series, but he did.
He drew them in. He drew them in.
Yeah.
He played with them.
Yeah, And that's
it just
a
reminds
thinking
me
bowler.
of 2005 when Andrew Flintoff played with Ricky Ponting.
Yeah.
In that
Yes.
magnificent over. He played with him. He toiled with him.
Yep.
And even Ricky Ponting, years later, he talks about that over. You know, that was probably one of the best overs ever bowled in Test cricket.
Yeah,
he gets
to it.
Yeah, he gets Langer out, and then he plays with Ricky Ponting for the fun of it.
Yeah. Who was a world-class bat in his own right. You know,
yes, this is it. So I think that was a good. There's more English people in there than I thought we would have, but I think that's a pretty solid lineup.
Yeah.
Anyway,
actually, I've got a 12th man as well, and that would split between Cars and Nessa.
Yeah, I don't think you'll go wrong there. Two very good fielders.
Yeah, either one of them could be 12th man. The other one would be unlucky to miss out totally.
Okay, so it's been a really good nitty gritty review of the Ashes series. Very disappointing, but there has been some good cricket, more on Australia's part. So
yeah,
I'm glad that we done this. This was just an idea that come up in a conversation.
Well, it was it was just
spur of the moment.
Things. Spur
so
of the
it's
moment.
A bit different. So thank you very much, Lloyd, for joining us. Well, it's 10:20 here now, but this is always hard when you're doing an Australian one. So thank you very much, Lloyd.
Not a problem, mate. It's good to speak to someone who knows something about cricket.
Yeah, there's not many of us.
Has played the game.
There's not many people in the VC. So if you're in the VC and you've played cricket, comments below.
Yep.
We can have a cricket forum.
We can have a cricket forum as well.
Yeah. So
what's the quick future of English cricket? What's going to happen? Is McCullum going to be given and Key going to be given the boot?
Yes.
Yeah. There's actually talk out here of Ravi Shastri possibly
Ravi
taking
Shastri has been mentioned over here.
Okay.
There's mentions of bringing Andrew Flintoff part of the batting and coaching, bowling coaching. Alistair Cook's name's been mentioned to be on the team. For batting. They need people like that. They need.
Yeah.
Would I give Stokesy another go? I'll give him one more season because there's no one there to take over. That's at the moment.
Yeah. Not even Brooke.
Well, not if. Well, he's under a bit of a cloud at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he is just from this tour, but he's done well every other.
Yeah, I mean, Stokes, he was as well. He had his troubles when he was younger. I think they've got to Harry Brook, I think, has got potential, but he's just got to have a solid year.
Yeah,
he's got to perform well as captain with the one-day squad now.
Yes, he's captain of the one-day squad. That's right.
So if he does a good job there, Stokes can retire gracefully. And I mean, he's been a great captain. There's no doubt about it. But I think Brook, yes. And then they've got to bring on players with potential. But the most important players for England in the future, I think they've got to work with Brendan Carse, Josh Tongue, bring Jacob Bethel on, Shabhil Bashir, and we've got to find a proper wicketkeeper.
Proper wicketkeeper and two decent opening batsmen.
Yeah, they've got to really search.
Yeah. So
Australia will just carry on as normal because they've got everything right.
Yeah, yeah, but their fast bowling team is coming to an end as well now. Cummins is getting injury prone. Hazelwood's getting injury prone as well. You know, Stark's not a spring chicken anymore. Boland's not a spring chicken anymore. I know they just seem to be getting better and better, Stark and Cummins and Boland.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got that, what's his name? You've got Jai Richardson.
Yeah, Jai Richardson. Yeah.
I think he's got a future. Bo Webster definitely has, and Michael Nesser.
And Nesseram, yeah.
Now the spinning department, I think that's where they may struggle a little bit, but with Bo Webster, you might not need to struggle because Nathan Lyon, I reckon he's starting to come to the end. I mean, he's been a magnificent sir. I remember his first tour to England, and he was pretty mediocre.
Yeah, he was mediocre for quite a little while actually, and we couldn't understand why he's in that Australian team. And then all of a sudden, he just blossomed like a flower opening. You know, it was like, wow,
yeah,
this is what he really is.
Your captain, I think Pat Cummins is coming to the end of his stint. Steve Smith's not going to be around much longer either, I don't think. So where do you go with your captain? Ooh.
Yeah, well, Marnus won't be around much longer, I don't think.
No.
I mean, he didn't really shine this series again.
No.
I mean, he was lucky to get picked.
Do you think Travis would make a good Travis Head? Would he make a good captain?
Maybe. He's got the attitude and the fortitude and attitude to make it. He's a strong cricketer, strong-minded. So he has got that side of him.
He's good with the press as well, isn't he?
He is. He gets sent out to do a lot of press interviews, and he's very good the way he answers questions. He's very
I think he's quite popular. I mean, even us like him. So you know that says something. When you have to admit you like an Aussie batsman.
Yeah, I think Marnus was lucky to get picked this series. He got dropped from the West Indies, didn't he?
Yeah,
and he hit 4 centuries in a row playing state cricket, and that sort of pushed him back in the side. But he really didn't do that much this series. Then again, not many batsmen did. So,
no. Anyway, it's just 2027. We'll have it over here. Will Australia break their? They've not won the Ashes in England since 1993 or something.
Something like that. Yeah, they've retained the Ashes with draws, but not actually won them.
Yeah, the first. I mean, 2005. I think it was. Yeah, it's got to be 90. Hang on, I can't remember. But it's got to be. Well, 2005, and it's a 4-year cycle, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 2001 was the last time they won the Ashes in England.
Right.
That's a long time, isn't it?
It is. It is. They've got a whole young team. They need to blood in that time because these fast bowlers will not be there in 4 years' time. Smith, or 2 years' time, I don't think. Smith may get another 2 years. He's sort of in and ahhing about hanging up his boots already.
Yeah. I think it'll be a good series if we start playing proper cricket again. Hopefully we will.
Yeah, home soil, conditions should do all right. But a draw is not good enough in England.
It's got to be a win.
It's got to be a win. It's got to be a win. So,
anyway, that's in the future. So once again, thank you very much, Lloyd. We're going to round this one up. And we'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.
See you all. Thanks for watching.